hoes are foes. Behind closed doors, bullets explode. After cock, lock, and load, never to be exposed. Too hard for the intro. Rip to my nigga put. I miss my little bro, we had to settle the scope. Some nigga named Pancho drove a El Camino. Time to creep slow. He done fuck with that yo, so you know he got to go. So you know he got to go. Same night we hit his scene, blew at the smithereens. Red lights flashing from them infrared beams. Cooked them like red beans, flowing in the water. Strangulation from a motherfucking car charger. Ain't no nigga harder. I choose to be smarter. No Sean Carter or the Wayne Carter. I wrote it, so that makes me the fucking author. I wrote it, so that makes me the fucking author. Bootleggers and leechers, panhandlers and preachers are for the same people. Their thought patterns are equal. Vision like Ezekiel, balance like Kamara. Y'all living for today, I'm more worried about tomorrow. I grew up without a father, so my path was hard. Kids going to school thinking math is hard.
Living in New Orleans, you would think that every hustler is a player, or every player is a stepper. But those things don't always go hand in hand. It's a rarity to have a hustlers who could also step, or a player who knows how to get his grind on. But you have to be a different type of animal to be a hustler and a player, but still be able to walk among the steppers of the city. The 17th Ward of New Orleans uptown area is united by 3 different hoods, but they all have the same mentality, and that's to get money and grind till your hands gets bruised. I can call out many names of the hood stars from the 17th Ward, but I'm only gonna mention one, the only cat in the history of New Orleans that was able to run with them hounds. We are going to take a journey uptown in the 17th Ward and dive into the life of renowned 1990s era hustler Atiba Pilart, also known as Cat Daddy. Raised in the 17th Ward in the Gert-Town area of New Orleans, it's said that Atiba Pilart was not only was he a head honcho of the Gert-Town area, he was also respected throughout the city, especially uptown, where he was known to be associates to 2 of New Orleans' most notable crime figures from the Calio and the Nolia projects. As a youngster, before Atiba acquired the name Cat or Cat Daddy, he was a teenager running through Gert-Town hustling, pushing crack with his friends. Atiba would be one of the most notable young hustlers in his neighborhood, wearing bally shoes and polo gear, which was considered the hustler's attire at that time. But with all his hustling skills, Atiba fell short and became addicted to the same drug he has started selling. This was a time when many teenagers fresh off the porch in the game started experimenting with drug use, specifically breaking down a piece of crack cocaine and mix it together with puffies to create what was called primos. The game really took a turn for Atiba when he was arrested for distribution of crack cocaine to an undercover agent. Atiba was sent to prison, but not any prison. He was only 15 years old and was sent to the notorious juvenile penitentiary called LTI Scotlandville, which is indisputably the origin of many street steppers that we know today. Atiba joined the ranks of uptown players in their juvenile stages of life. Others like Terrence Gangster Williams, Alvin Killer Stone Nelson, Bryce of Saratoga Street T-Dub out the Calio, and many others who ran within the city of New Orleans. While he was serving time as a juvenile, Atiba acquired the name Cat or Cat Daddy, for it was said he gained about 100 pounds while doing time, and his facial structure and eyes made him resemble a fat alley cat. He was also called Rift Raft by other juvenile inmates. Atiba swore when he got out of prison there will never again be any more drug use, and he would get to the top of New Orleans' dope game. When he was released in 1993 from juvenile prison, he hit the ground running. It didn't take him long to link up with one of his childhood friends who had taken over their section of Gert-Town. They begun to accumulate a lot of cash, cars, and women. Their names would be ringing like bells uptown as the biggest crack dealers in the 17th Ward. You could see Cat Daddy in the club with his jewelry on display representing the hood he claimed, or catch him riding in his green Toyota station wagon with the chrome wheels or his all-black mobbed-out dually truck. According to insiders, it said Cat Daddy was a real ladies' man, known to have multiple women throughout the city who were enthralled with him. Although Cat Daddy was known to keep his 9mm at all times, he wasn't known to be the violent type. He was more of a player. getting money and stunting on other ballers like himself, showing them how hard Gert-Town was getting their paper up. Cat Daddy was one of the only people free to move about the whole uptown without any repercussions or backlash. According to insiders, Cat Daddy was the first to try to negotiate peace between the Magnolia and the Callio before things had gotten out of hand. But insiders reveal the Callio and the Magnolia wouldn't back down. Just think, so much could have been avoided if Cat Daddy would have had his way with the two projects. The Callio even went so far as to give Cat Daddy a warning not to be caught socializing with their ops. But Cat Daddy stood his ground by repeatedly trying to negotiate peace because he didn't want to see his friends on bad terms with each other. He knew it would get ugly. By now we know how the streets are. You only have a certain amount of time to be balling on the streets before the alphabet boys get onto you. And when they got onto Cat Daddy, they came hard at him, not only taking him down but also his right-hand man and street brother, Big Jerry Wiltz, who is also a well-known street boss in Gert-Town. Police raid multiple houses at the same time. A coordinating attack by the police who had been on their tail for quite some time. Especially the detective by the name of McNeil, who hated Cat Daddy and Big Jerry Guts. He wanted to build a career off taking down the Gert-Town Hounds. Detective McNeil, who was said to have kicked in the door where Cat Daddy and Big Jerry was hustling out of and started manhandling both of the Gert-Town Hounds in a bad way, slamming them against the walls, even slapping Cat Daddy in his face, all while they were in handcuffs. But somehow Big Jerry got himself out the cuffs and threw a punch that broke Detective McNeil's nose and spit on him. It said blood was everywhere. Both Atiba Cat Daddy and Big Jerry were sent to prison for 27 years. Including in that sentence was the assault on a federal officer when Big Jerry broke the detective's nose from slapping his homie Cat Daddy. Years later, they received some relief on appeal concerning the weapons charges. The court ruled that the court couldn't enhance their sentence for the same guns they were being charged with in their crimes. Back on the streets after a 5 and a deuce, Cat came home with the same mind frame of getting money and staying low-key. But the players of the game had changed. Most of the people he was affiliated with were either in prison, dead, or turned civilians. But that didn't deter Cat. He stuck his hand back into the street life, but this time he didn't last long. A shooting left a man dead outside Iggy's on that Saturday night, the second murder in 6 months by the bar at North Rampart and Turo Streets. The owner of Iggy's denied the bar had anything to do with the crime on the streets outside, but neighbors said the violence has added urgency to a growing list of their complaints about the establishment, where they say a laissez-faire attitude has attracted a thriving criminal element. The Orleans Parish Coroner's Office has identified the man found shot to death outside a Marigny bar. Atiba Pilart, 40, was found lying on the street outside Iggy's bar at Turo and North Rampart Streets, said John Galliano, a spokesman for the office. Police said they received a call of shots fired in the area about 11:45 p.m. When they arrived on the scene, they found Pilart lying in the street suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead on the scene. There are plenty rumors going around about why someone would want to unalive Cat Daddy. Here at Inside Source, we won't speculate. That's for the police to do. But we do know that Atiba Cat Daddy Pilart was a stand-up guy from youth till his death in 2014. From the St. Thomas, Callio, Melf, Magnolia, and all through Uptown, the name Atiba Cat Daddy Pilart is known to be the ultimate hustler and a true player of the game. We at Inside Source TV says rest in peace to a 17th Ward, Gert-Town Hound, by the name of Cat Daddy